In this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about Fairlawn, Ohio. Who lives here, where it's located, and all the different areas of the city. Hi, this is Erin Johnson, founder of Outstanding Ohio and Realtor with eXp Realty. I was born and raised and have lived my whole life here in Northeast Ohio. I've created these videos to share my love and knowledge of all things Ohio to help you understand that it truly is an outstanding place to live. If you're thinking about moving to the Akron or Canton area, I would love to help you find the perfect place for you to call home. I have helped many out-of-state buyers relocate to this area and would love to help you too. Give me a call at 330-227-4355 so we can get started. And here's your Outstanding Ohio video. So first we're going to take a look at where exactly Fairlawn is located. Fairlawn is in Northeast Ohio. It's about 15 minutes northwest of Akron and about 35 minutes south of Cleveland. Yes, I just measured distance and time. That's kind of a typical Ohio thing. There's a couple of access points, Interstate 77, which gives you great highway access. It kind of loops around Fairlawn. I recently learned that they actually fought 77 being built right through Fairlawn, and so that's why it hooks around the corner like that. So you've got access points at Ridgewood Miller, Cleveland Maslin, Route 18 and Gent Road to get on 77, which means most residents of Fairlawn can get to the highway in about 5 or 10 minutes, which is great. You also have central access to both airports, so you're about a half an hour to both, maybe 35 minutes to the Cleveland Hopkins Airport, about 25 minutes to the Akron Canton Airport, so that's a great convenience as well. The second thing we're going to talk about is the different neighborhoods and areas of Fairlawn. So we're going to start in the northeast corner where you have the Sand Run area, Krogan Park. There's actually access to the Sand Run Metro Park, which is a great area with lots of trails. There's a nature center over there, so that's great to have nearby. Krogan Park is a typical park with a playground and tennis courts and so forth. The homes in this section of the city are a little bit smaller. They were built in the mid-50s and 60s. They're mostly around 1,200 to 2,000 square feet, average of about 1,600 square feet. Lot size is about a quarter acre, maybe 0.2, 0.25 acres. There are no sidewalks in this neighborhood, so something to note there. The other thing that's over in this area is Fairlawn Country Club. That does offer 18 holes of golf. There's a swimming pool, there's tennis courts, your typical country club, members only type situation, a beautiful country club. Okay, so next we're going to talk about the Ford Island area. This part is just on the other side of Route 18. These houses were built mostly between 1955 and 1980. They're a little bit bigger, 1,500 to 2,500 square foot, average about 2,000 square. Lot sizes are a little bit bigger, around a third of an acre. There is a section of multi-family units and rentals in this area as well, and I would say there's a lot more ranches in the Ford Island area. The one thing that really sets this area apart is the pool and the park and the elementary school are all right there. All of them are called Ford Island. Pool is not a neighborhood or community pool. It is a members-only club that you have to belong to. Also kind of in that section is the area of the Fairlawn Service Department, which is actually where I'm standing right now. I'm in Bicentennial Park. Across the street from me is the police station and the fire station, and then over here is the trash compactor and kind of a community building. That's all located in this Ford Island Park neighborhood. There's a couple of newer neighborhoods that were built in the mid-90s. These two areas are Villages at Fairlawn and Ridgewood Lakes, and both developments were built in the mid to late 90s. The Villages at Fairlawn are a little bit smaller than Ridgewood Lakes. Those lot sizes are about 0.3 to 0.4. These are mostly colonials in this section, 2,500 to 3,000 square foot. There is a couple of ponds, so some homes have pond views. And then Ridgewood Lakes, the lot sizes are a little bit bigger than that. They're 0.5 to 0.6. Again, some have pond views, mostly colonials. These are about 3,000 to 3,500 square feet. Ridgewood Lakes has sidewalks on both sides of the street. Villages at Fairlawn has sidewalks on one side of the street. I can't remember if I mentioned both the Ford Island Park and the Sand Run area. Those neighborhoods do not have sidewalks at all. So just something to note. Next development I want to talk about is Rosemont, which is on the other side of Cleveland Maslin. This used to be a country club. It shut down about 2 years ago in 2020, but there's still a large housing development there. These houses were built between 1995 and 2005 primarily. They're even bigger houses and lots. These are between 3,000 and 4,500 square foot. The average is about 3,500, and the lot sizes are averaging about a half an acre there. That's the main areas of Fairlawn as they stand today. There is some new construction happening. So Rosemont, when they sold out from being a country club, they are now going to put in, I think I read 300 housing units in where the golf course was on both sides of Cleveland-Massillon there. That's going to include some single-family homes, some townhomes, and some luxury ranches. And then there's two other new development things being talked about or in the works. This one off of Brunsdorf, I think there's maybe going to be 5 or 6 houses built there. And then off of Ridgewood, right by the Villages at Fairlawn, they're going to put 21 more homes in there. There are a handful of condo developments in Fairlawn. Lenox Village, which is right up by Gent Road in 77, those are Revere schools, just so you know. There's some condos at Rosemont called the Enclave. There's some condos back here behind the police station called Westwood Village. A couple of condos over by the mall called Sand Court, and then Falmouth Place is kind of behind the Giant Eagle Plaza. Apartment-wise, there is the Park Hill development here, has 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments, and then there's other rental houses and so forth throughout the city. So those are the living areas of Fairlawn. Now let's talk a little bit about the shopping and the commercial aspects. Fairlawn is served by West Market Street, also called Route 18, kind of goes through the city. It gets up to 7 lanes at some point. It's a busy shopping district, and it's anchored by Fairlawn Town Center with Target, Summit Mall. We do still have a shopping mall. There's a Walmart and a Sam's Club, and lots of other businesses and restaurants kind of up and down that street. Fairlawn kind of ends in what's called Montrose. It's a shopping district that is kind of a combination of Fairlawn, Copley, and Bath that has a lot of other restaurants and shops there as well. And then there's some other, businesses, commercial areas. This little area up here with the Embassy Parkway has some medical buildings and hotels and things like that, and then along Ridgewood and Cleveland-Massillon and so forth. One other thing I just want to note, there's this area called Fairlawn Heights. Some people might think it's Fairlawn because it has Fairlawn in the name, but it's actually Akron, but it borders up against Fairlawn. And there's some bigger homes, kind of more stately homes that were built back in the 50s and 60s on some nice sized lots and so forth up in that area. But that would be outside of Fairlawn, that could be considered Akron and Akron schools. All right, so that should give you a little bit of the lay of the land of Fairlawn, where it's located, what the different areas are. Last section I wanted to talk to you about, the third thing here, is just some facts and figures about the people and the city itself. So Fairlawn has the 3rd highest number of services and companies in Summit County, with 40,000 people working here. The population is around 7,500, so there's 7,500 people living here, 40,000 working here. Remember all those businesses and office buildings and hotels, a lot of people work here. There's 3,200 households, it's about 2,000 families living. The racial makeup of the city is 82% white, 11% African American, 4% Asian, and 0.5% from other races. 25% of the households have children under the age of 18 living with them. 46.8% were married couples living together, and 34.2% of households were made up of individuals. Of the city's population over the age of 25, 51.1% hold a bachelor's degree or higher, and the average median income is $62,661. 72.5% of the homes in Fairlawn are owner-occupied. That means they're not being rented out. The homes that sold in Fairlawn in the last year, we're in September of 2022 here, ranged from $161,000 up to $610,000. The average price per square foot was $164, and the range and size of homes was around 1,100 to 3,400 square foot, with the average being 2,038 square. Fairlawn is part of the Copley-Fairlawn School District, which has 3 elementary schools. One of them is located in Fairlawn, that Ford Island one we talked about. The middle school is over on Cleveland-Massillon, and then the high school is on Ridgewood. Niche.com gives the Copley-Fairlawn schools a rating of A. There is a Catholic school located off of West Market Street called St. Hilary, and there's a handful of other private and parochial schools within 5-10 minutes of the area, and a bunch of also private high schools within 10 to 20 minutes of Fairlawn. So a lot of quality schooling options close by. I hope this video helped you understand where Fairlawn is, who lives here, and the differences between the different areas. Please watch my other video on the pros and cons of living in Fairlawn, and stay tuned for more neighborhood-specific videos in the future. Thank you for watching my video. If you are planning to move to Northeast Ohio, please give me a call. I've helped many buyers like you find the perfect neighborhood and house to call home, and I would love to help you too. Check out my other videos about real estate and living in Northeast Ohio on my YouTube channel, and if you like it, please click subscribe so you can be notified as new content is available. If you do live in Ohio or are planning to move here, check out my Facebook group called Outstanding Ohio, where I highlight the people, places, and things that make Ohio great, and it's a great opportunity to meet and engage with other outstanding Ohioans. Thank you.